Good morning, and thank you very much for being here. My name is Zaira Zarza, and I am an assistant professor in the Department of Art History and Film Studies at Université de Montréal, or Yogyage, located on unceded Ganyangehaga or Mohawk territory. I am grateful for the opportunity to live and work on this land and with this community. And I am honored to be part of the interdisciplinary research team of the SSHRC-funded project under the shadow of Empire, Minor Archives, and Radical Media Distribution in the Americas. My presentation today will have 3 moments. First, I will discuss the relevance of archival work for film programming as a practice of research creation. Secondly, I will describe the current state and potential future of the archival project Roots and Routes, Cuban Cinemas of the Diaspora, which I have been working on for a few years now. And finally, I will address how my involvement with the partnership project under the shadow of Empire will contribute to enriching those diasporic archives. As a scholar, I often address the importance of developing academic projects that focus on research creation and intersections between university endeavors and the needs of the creative industries. In this sense, commitment to bridging and balancing publication in traditional academic venues with new forms of public-facing labor are key. To envision interdisciplinary projects engaging event organization allows film and media scholars to move across different fields in the history and historiography of cinema, curatorial and archival studies, visual and media arts, among others. A large part of my research as a Cuban woman in the diaspora has been inspired by the practice of archiving, curating, organizing, and writing about diasporic cinema. My approach to digital film archives has always been informed by my curatorial interests of revitalizing and remediating migrant stories to encourage artistic collaboration and reach extended audiences. Moving image archiving and curation has also been a significant component of my teaching work. I believe a film is completed when presented to spectators, and thoughtful programming is then a vehicle for the recontextualization of diasporic narratives. My commitment with the project Roots and Routes, Cuban Cinemas of the Diaspora, is to put in relation films and filmmakers and provide migrant filmographies and trajectories with organizing rationales that facilitate networks between academic institutions, the cultural sector, and the broader public. Although animated by a still dispersed archive, the curatorial work of the Roots and Routes project has been fruitful so far. Different versions have been presented in 2 series of Cuban diasporic films in Canada. One coordinated from Queen's University and one funded by a SSHRC Connections grant at the University of Alberta in Edmonton. This project has brought over 12 institutions in Canada, the United States, and Cuba together, among them the Society for Cinema and Media Studies, the Toronto International Film Festival, the Alucine Latin Film and Media Arts Festival, as well as artist-run centers and movie theaters. The Havana version of the showcase received in-kind support, among others from the Muestra Joven at the Cuban Film Institute, the ICAIC, and the Center for the Development of Visual Arts. A curated program called Cubans in Spain, Women in Cinema, featuring the work of Vanessa Batista and Alejandra Aguirre, was also presented at the Latin American Studies Association LASA Film Festival in 2018. The event took place in Barcelona, and both Spain-based filmmakers were in attendance for introduction and Q&A with the audience. Each time we present the project, the program is rethought according to venue, context, and potential audiences. The curated events, including screenings, art exhibitions, and academic panels, emerged from an ever-growing archive of diasporic films. With each iteration, funds are raised, budgets are planned accordingly, artists and institutions are called upon, and graduate students are incorporated to the organization team at different times. We work on synopsis, subtitling, coordination, and promotion. However, the online presence of this project continues to be precarious and dispersed, as well as its archives. There is an outdated Facebook page, a recorded event hosted at TIFF's YouTube channel, a series of interviews in some of the attendees' personal archives, low-resolution photos documenting some of the events, but very little organized information is available about new Cuban diasporic film productions accessibility is hazardous, distribution contacts are unavailable, and the increasing collaboration networks of migrant filmmakers remain understudied. Thus, access to films is still scarce in a to-date utopian collection that does not exist on the archives of the Cuban Film Institute or the International Film and Television School of San Antonio de los Baños, ACTV, or even in any of the museums and libraries in Miami, home of one of the largest Cuban exilic communities. The uncertain conditions of some diasporic populations prompt a lack of principal repositories for their archives, especially for vulnerable-born digital films. In the introduction to the Future of Literary Archives, Diasporic and Dispersed Collections at Risk, David Sutton and Anne Livingstone mention 5 main challenges discussed by the Diasporic Literary Archives Network. Number 1 and 2 are the issue of scattered legacies and split collections. Number 3 are the stakes of public/private ownership and display. Number 4 are the unequal politics of location, acquisition, and loss. And number 5 is the technological divide concerning the possibilities for digitization and purchasing power. These 5 themes can easily apply to the study of both film and media archives in general and Cuban cinemas of the diaspora in particular. And we talk about vulnerable archives here. As the archival term provides us with new ways to engage critically with information, we often reflect on the power and bias of the archivist, the need to decolonize collections, and the survival dangers of cultural heritage in the digital era. The precarious conditions of these small archives have been chronologically underfunded and unevenly cared for, as Susan Lord, Janine Marchessault, and May Xu define it in the introduction of Archive, Counter-Archive, a special issue of the journal Public. The affective counter-archive of Cuban diasporic cinemas could use rethinking and reposition from other counter-archival experiences engaged with participatory methodologies. An initial proposal for the archive is to build a technological platform that facilitates non-linearity and interactivity and allows remediation through participatory curation. In terms of structure, the website could bring visibility to the films and filmmakers and provide information about distribution and accessibility. But most importantly, a website will accept curatorial proposals from users who cross-reference the metadata to create film programs. This form of online curation will allow for a multiplicity of engine searches engaging, among others, decolonial, feminist, queer, and anti-racist methodologies. The production of political identities in such diverse materials could help us unsettling the normative epistemologies of museums, libraries, and other institutions. The mission of Under the Shadow of Empire concentrates on decolonizing archives and allowing the research team to learn from community practices of radical archiving in indigenous media projects, Afro-descendant and women's archives. The experience of working with solidarity organizations and networks of activism will be fundamental in the construction of an ever-growing space for the affective archives of Cuban migrant filmmakers. As we seek to collect this vulnerable cultural heritage through a participatory archival display of references, we hope to contribute new decolonized ways to understand archiving and curation. Thank you very much.